Hello everyone, once again welcome. So yesterday we complete the two applications of this chapter, that the application of derivatives. First one is application of derivative on rate measure and on the geometrical meaning. Okay, and second and third application is deleted in this year, as I told yesterday, that application of derivative for approximation and Rolle's theorem and Lagrange's mean value theorem. This one is Rolle's theorem. This is also eliminated for this year. So next application, that is the increasing and decreasing function. This should be the in your syllabus. So see the definition of the increasing function. First of all, a function f is said to be monotonically increasing. Monotonically means strictly. Means a function is said to be increasing if that function satisfied this condition. If and only if that function satisfied this condition. What is that? That a function on an interval, open interval AB, if for any x1, x2 belongs to AB, open interval AB, with if x1 less than x2, we have f of x1 less than f of x2. See again, x1, x2 belongs to open interval AB and x1 less than x2. See here, x1 is less than x2 for we have f of x1 less than f of x2. So we got this curve, that is increasing curve. Therefore that function is known as the increasing. And in example, if we have to find the increasing function, we have to find the derivative of that function, and that derivative is say f dash x, and that is if greater than equal to 0, then we say that that function is increasing. This is the only condition we have to check for examples. On the other hand, see the decreasing function. A function f is said to be monotonically, that is strictly decreasing, in an interval AB if for any function or if for any x1, x2 belongs to open interval AB with x1 less than x2 and but f of x1 greater than f of x2. See here, x1 less than x2 but f of x1 is greater, it is greater than f of x2, and we got the curve like this, that it should be the decreasing, right? And in for example, we have to check the only derivative. If f dash x is less than equal to 0, we have to check this condition for in examples. If f dash x is less than equal to 0 for any function, that function should be decreasing, right? So see the example here. Show that the function f of x equals to x cube plus 10x plus 7 for x belongs to R is strictly increasing. Very easy examples are there, but try to understand this very carefully. Say given function is this x cube plus 10x plus 7. We have to check we have to show that the function is strictly increasing. That means we have to show that derivative of this function is strictly greater than equal to 0. Right? So first of all, we have to find derivative of that. So find this f dash x equals to what? 3x square plus 10. Right? Here 3x is square greater than equal to 0. Why greater than equal to 0? Because x belongs to R, that should be the real number. Therefore 3x square is greater than equal to 0 for all x belongs to R, and 10 is also greater than 0. That means this is 3x square greater than 0, 10 is also greater than 0, 10 is added in the 3x square, therefore 3x square plus 10 is greater than 0. That means f dash x greater than 0. Therefore function is strictly increasing, right? Understand? Very easy examples, but try to understand some, because there is a little confusion is there, because we have to consider this function is decreasing or increasing. First of all, we find derivative, then we have to write that the function should be increasing or decreasing, that should be greater than 0 or less than 0. So see the next example. Test whether the function x cube plus 6x square plus 12x minus 5 is increasing or decreasing for all x belongs to R. Again, these all x r belongs to the R. R is the set of real numbers, and we have to check or test this function is increasing or decreasing. Here we do not have to show anything. We have to check the function is increasing or decreasing. So for that also, first of all, we have to find the derivative of that function. So if derivative of that function is greater than 0, then we say that function is increasing, and if derivative is less than 0, then we say that function is decreasing, right? So see here, function is x cube plus 6x square plus 12x minus 5. So f dash x is what? Derivative of x cube 3x square plus derivative of 6x square 12x plus derivative of 12x 12, and minus for 5 it is 0. So see here, we take 3 common, we solve this, what we get? X square plus 4x plus 4 while taking 3 common. Then x square plus 4x plus 4 is nothing but it is the square of x plus 2 whole square, right? Because if we expand x plus 2 whole square, we got x square plus 4x plus 4, right? Now see here, we say that 3 into x plus 2 whole square is always positive for all x not equals to minus 2. Why? Because if x is minus 2, if and only if x is minus 2, then minus 2 plus 2 0, 0 square 0, 0 into 3 0, right? But if we consider excluding this one, excluding x equals to minus 2, that is x not equals to minus 2, if we consider, then for all other x this should be positive, right? If we consider here is 1 plus 2 3, 3 square 9, 9 into 3 18, positive, right? If consider any negative number, say if we consider minus 1 plus 1 square 1 into 3 3. If we consider any negative number, say minus 3 plus 2 minus 1 square 1 into 3 3, so positive, right? So excluding this means for x not equals to minus 2, all the other x has this is positive, that is f dash x greater than 0 for all x belongs to R. Therefore function should be increasing for all x belongs to R, right? Understand? Okay, see the next example. Find the value of x for which the function f of x equals to x cube plus 12x square plus 36x plus 6 is monotonically increasing and monotonically decreasing. So here we have to find the value of x for these two cases, right? First of all, we consider this function should be increasing, and in the other case we have to consider function should be decreasing, and for both cases we have to find the value of x, right? So see here, function is this, we have to find its derivative. So f dash x is 3x square plus 24x plus 36. Take 3 again common, what we get? X square plus 8x plus 12, that is nothing but 3 into x plus 2 into x plus 6. Now we consider the first case. If function is monotonically increasing, that's derivative is greater than 0. That means this 3 into x plus 2 into x plus 6 is greater than 0, right? But if 3 comes to the left side, it is 0 by 3 means 0. So x plus 2 into x plus 6 is greater than 0, right? Now the product of these two is greater than 0. See here, x plus 2 into x plus 6, product of 2 is greater than 0. That means either of them is both are negative or both are positive. In these two cases, if only the product is greater than 0. If one of the term in between these two is negative, then the product is not greater than 0. That should be less than 0, because the answer is negative, right? So in these two cases, if both are negative or both are positive, the product should be positive, means greater than 0, right? So see here, then either x plus 2 less than 0 and x plus 6 less than 0, or x plus 2 greater than 0 and x plus 6 greater than 0, means both positive or both negative. Okay, see, first case consider as both are negative, means less than 0, right? Means x less than minus 2 and x less than minus 6, because plus 2 goes to right side, 0 minus 2 is minus 2, and here 0 minus 6 means minus 6, right? Thus for every x less than minus 6, x plus 2 into x plus 6 greater than 0, hence function is monotonically increasing, right? This we get for every x less than minus 6. Why we consider x less than minus 6 only and not consider x less than minus 2? Because x less than minus 6 includes the x less than minus 2 also. Okay, then see the second condition, x plus 2 into x plus 6 greater than 0. If x plus 2 greater than 0, x plus 6 greater than 0, both are greater than 0, right? Means both are greater than minus 2 and minus 6. Thus for every x less greater than minus 2, x plus 2 into x plus 6 greater than 0. Here x greater than minus 2 includes this also, so it's monotonically increasing. From case 1 and 2, function is monotonically increasing if and only if x greater less than minus 6, which got in the first case, or x greater than minus 2. Hence x in belongs to x belongs to this range, infinity to minus 6, or x belongs to minus 2 to infinity, right? So f is monotonically increasing, then the value of x is this, right? If function is monotonically increasing, then value of x belongs to infinity to minus 6 or minus 2 to infinity. This should be the first case, right? Now see the second case. What is, if the function is monotonically decreasing, then f dash x is what, less than 0, not equal to 0, actually less than 0. So f dash x is what, 3 into x plus 2 into x plus 6, that is less than 0. Means x plus 2 into x plus 6 is less than 0, right? Now when the product of 2 is less than 0, when either of both is negative, because if both are negative then product is positive, if both are positive then product is positive, means greater than 0. But if one of them is negative, then the product is negative, that is less than 0. Therefore either x plus 2 less than 0 and x plus 6 greater than 0, or x plus 2 greater than 0 and x plus 6 less than 0. Here also we got the two cases. So first we consider x plus 2 less than 0 and x plus 6 greater than 0, means x less than minus 2 and x greater than minus 6. Thus x belongs to minus 6 to minus 2 if it is decreasing. And second case is x plus 2 greater than 0 and x plus 6 less than 0. So x greater than minus 2 and x less than minus 6, this case does not rise, right? So for in decreasing function, the value of x belongs to minus 6 to minus 2 in this range. Okay, so this should be the example. In this way we solve the examples of the this type. I think there is two solved examples and some examples are in exercise to try to solve that also on this topic, that is for increasing and decreasing function, right? So try to solve the examples of the exercise also, right? Then see the next application of derivative, that is maxima and minima, right? What is maxima and minima? So maxima of function and minima of function. So function f of x is said to be maxima at x equals to c if the value of the constant function x equals to c is greater than any other value of function in neighborhood, delta neighborhood of c, right? Delta neighborhood means delta is a small factor, that is for small delta greater than 0 and x belongs to c minus delta, c plus delta, where delta is a neighborhood. On the positive neighborhood, that is c plus delta, neighborhood of c plus delta, and c minus delta is the negative of left side neighborhood, right? So we have f of c greater than f of x, the value of f of c is called maxima of f of x. Thus, the function f of x will have maxima at x equals to c if function is increasing in c minus delta less than x less than c and decreasing in C less than less than C plus delta. For this range function is decreasing and for this range function is increasing, right? Then we say that function is maxima at x equals to C, right? On the in the opposite of that, if the function is said to be minima at x equals to C, if the value of function at x equals to C is less than any other value of f of x in the delta neighborhood of C, that is for small delta greater than 0 and for x belongs to C minus delta C plus delta, we have f of C less than f of x. The value of f of C is called as minima of f of x. Thus, the function f of x will have minima at x equals to C if f of x is decreasing in C minus delta less than x less than C and increasing in C less than x less than C plus delta. Right. So, how we find the maxima and minima value? We see detail in the example, and that should be find out by using the first derivative test actually. Right. We can find the maximum and minimum value by using first derivative test and second derivative test. That is very easily, right? So see what is first derivative test. According to first derivative test, a function has maxima at x equals to c if f dash c is equal to 0, f dash c minus h greater than 0, and f dash c plus h less than 0. What is h here? Here h is again the positive number, right? That is neighborhood. For that should be considered as a small positive number for considering the neighborhood of C, as the we consider the delta in the definition. Okay, so if the function satisfies these three conditions, that should be maxima at x equals to C. On the other hand, if function satisfies these three conditions, then that should be minima at x equals to C. What is that? If dash c greater than 0, first condition is same in both cases. F dash c minus h is less than 0, for maxima it is greater than 0, and f dash c plus h is greater than 0, for minima maxima it is less than 0. So these are the two differences here, right? If function satisfies these three conditions, that should be the local minima, and minimum value also find out by that. Okay, so see example, or I think we will consider solve the examples in the next class, right? So it is enough for the today. Try to solve the examples of the third application, that is of see increasing, maximum, increasing and decreasing, and tomorrow we solve the examples of maxima and minima, right? Okay.